was before the bell. Podcast, slamming all comers. Bloodlines, hot thighs, yeah, no runners. Boys, Martin, J, and CT. Laid out for the count. 1, 2, 3. Before the bell podcast. Before the bell podcast.
Just as the bloodline gets stronger every single week, so are we right here. It's another episode of the Before the Bell podcast. I'm one of your three illustrious hosts, the Urban Gladiator, Jay Washington. To my right, I will introduce him if he allows me to for a second. The man, the myth, the legend, main event, CT.
That was great.
And our other...
Oh, my brothers! That's right. It's another exciting edition of Before the Bell podcast, brothers. And let me tell you, my name is Marvon Beldy. And I'm excited to introduce my brothers who are introducing themselves, but you know I got to do it right. To my right here is my brother who will put anybody through a table. This is Mr. Lil Sad Dudley. To my left over here, this is a brother who, as I said before, is the master of the Pawsplex, Big Paws Dudley. And we got 3 rules here. Thou shalt like, thou shalt subscribe, and thou shalt not mess with Before the Bell.
Oh, my brother.
Testify.
As someone who did Devon last year for Halloween, I give you props on this.
That's great.
I give you props. But I have to ask a question, brother Marvon. Why are you sweating like you anticipating the results of a paternity test?
That's pretty spot on.
you are perspiring, my brother.
Because, brother, you know us Beldies is always wet for some reason.
Hey, yo.
Pause? Can we start it right there?
Hey, man.
Big Paws, you gotta say it, brother.
Hey, brother, the man came in. He was saying we always wet for some. He could have said moist, and that'd have been worse.
I'll give you this, man. You know, I love everything that you do, brother. You know, as we, the fans of the show and of you, we love it all. 2 different camouflages. I don't know if you thought that we would notice that.
Yeah, I pay attention to that.
And it's either one or the other. I just want you to remember that for future reference.
Also, can I ask you this question?
You gonna do the pants? Or you gonna do that shirt?
You gonna do one of the
But you're not gonna do both again.
You want me to take one off, Big Paws?
Absolutely not.
Now.
Neither one.
Nah, you do that at home, brother. But go ahead. What's your question for this
My
young
question
man?
is, you know that I did. You could have asked me if you had this in mind down the line to get the 3D shirt. I could have helped you, my brother. I'd have told you. You know what? God bless you, camouflage. You know what? God bless. Yo, shouts out to everybody watching us live right now. We appreciate you intensely. We don't do this without y'all. Shouts out to everybody who is watching on the replay. And shouts out to everybody who is listening on the podcast feed. Now, listen, if you're live right now, the super chats are open. So as you know, once you drop the super chats, we are going to acknowledge you. But if you do a significant amount, we stopping everything. We might be cooking, but it's, that Lord Jesus, I read the super chat. JP Runston says, man, I thought it was a No Limit Soldier. Real talk. Hey, I thought you was a No Limit Soldier at WCW run at first.
I thought I told you.
I hate rap. Remember that the beef with Kurt Hennig and
West Texas Rednecks, man.
We have so much to cover.
So much.
Let's go backwards.
We have to start at Monday Night Raw. But
No, let's go backwards because we know what we want to talk about. Do it right.
The first thing that I need to say is, say his name and he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
They love him in
London and Paris and Tokyo,
America, Scotland, and
Canada and Mexico. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Straight up. I just said, God, y'all just bad boys the hell out of this. Y'all just Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett. Joe Hendry.
I'm gonna tell you before we continue this show, you ain't gonna be screaming for the next hour. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
That boy's already. That's why you got some electrolytes out right now, bro.
Hey, brother, listen, it's a long story.
It can't be that long. I know you.
Yeah, you're right. It can't be that. It's a long story. This TNA partnership with WWE.
Yes.
I said it in our group chat, and I'll say it again. This has been almost 30 times way more beneficial more than anything for both companies than what they did with AEW. Now, this is not to knock AEW by any means.
No, friends of the show.
Yeah, but because we have a bunch of friends who are at AEW. Right, we're happy that they have jobs and they're working. But when they had that little partnership per se, all it was really Kenny Omega.
Mhm.
And the door didn't, quote unquote, this forbidden door didn't swing both ways. But we're seeing this religiously, weekly with these programs. You brought Joe Hendry to NXT, Tatum Paxley over to TNA, Jordan Grace back and forth. There's a possibility
Mickey James at the Royal Rumble a few years ago.
Mickey James at the Royal Rumble. There is a full possibility now that the NXT Worlds Collide thing that they used to do.
I don't know if you I said that was a B instead of an M, but you was talking fast, but go ahead.
You didn't want you to catch on to it, but thank you. There's a big possibility that the Worlds Collide thing they used to do with NXT and NXT UK can be NXT TNA, and we could get more of the mainstay talent. Look, Joe Hendry is one of their mainstay talents. Jordan Grace is one of their mainstay talents. Frankie Kazarian was there as well. There's a possibility of a Moose coming over. There's a possibility of Nick Nemeth wrestling against an NXT talent, not Dolph Ziggler.
No, I'm saying we should have Nick Nemeth versus Dolph Ziggler.
Who would? How are you going to be in different corners?
I mean, listen, if Elias and Ezekiel could be in the same room at the same time, then why could Dolph Ziggler and Nick Nemeth?
If this was the pandemic, absolutely. If this was pandemic time, that's spot on. You'd be right. But right now, let me tell you something, man. First of all, and I'm going to say this. Let's spend a lot of time with the first part, which is Monday. And because we can't jump, because all of this stuff is one beautiful puzzle, bro.
I get what you're saying. I think I get where you're coming from. I just think, like, for me, my thought process is the major story to knock that out. But I get what you're saying, because it did bleed right into. It bled right in, which kind of shocked me, but Monday Night Raw. Drew McIntyre.
No, brother. No,
my
brother.
My sorry.
Seth Rollins is back.
Sorry.
The question is Seth back too soon?
Yes.
Right?
I think he is.
Only because I have a hard time saying Damian Priest beat Seth Rollins.
Well, okay. I don't see that being a hard thing. First of all, I think Seth Rollins.
Shout out to producer, yo, pause. Can we get the pause counter up for CT, please?
Y'all been saying it more than me, man. That's why I've been trying to lay back. So here's what I will say. Seth Rollins is Mr. WrestleMania. He's the new Mr. WrestleMania in my book. I feel like I would have loved for him to stay out longer and come back after Roman, right? Because then it's like, give me my MVP status. I know you missed me. Also, with him being back now, he legitimizes Damian Priest after Damian Priest beats him. Nobody has lost to Damian Priest clean yet as he's been champion.
Right.
He's had 2 assisted wins.
I mean, he's supposed to.
But he's been saying he wants to do it on his own.
Exactly.
I get what he says. Because, again, the seeds of sowing the dissension in the Judgment Day, things like that. But he should still continue to, until it's that final push where it's like Finn is like, I'm done with him, or JD, however they do it. There should always be a Judgment Day help, whether he wants it or not.
I disagree, and this is why. I don't disagree that the Judgment Day should help him. I'm disagreeing that he doesn't have at least 2 or 3 clean title defense victories on his own.
I got where you're coming from.
Because no matter what, it still makes him. It'll present him as a weak champion. Because that's not his character. His character can't cut these promos and be like, as you would say. wait, do the promo again. He shouldn't have gotten no business. Like, something like that.
He shouldn't have gotten Judgment Day business.
He shouldn't have gotten involved. But when you say these things in your promos and then you wrestle, it doesn't match up. So it's like The Miz, and I'm a Miz guy. When The Miz was champion and when The Miz has any match, when he's a heel, he has assistants. And it's like, this makes sense for the character of The Miz. I don't need to see him beat somebody cleanly because he's not trying to prove that he's the best wrestler or the big dog of the company. Damian Priest is saying, yo, I'm just as good as you, Seth Rollins. I'm just as good as you, Drew McIntyre. So to have assistance this early on makes him not look like the strong champion I know he wants to be.
Man.
Go on.
I think I hear every point you made, but I think, so looking at that, Clash at the Castle, the assistance wasn't Judgment Day in a sense.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one of those, hey, bro, I got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Again, the one against, what was the other title? Damn, I just forgot.
I know Rey Mysterio was one.
Rey Mysterio was one. So
he didn't defend the title against
It was
Rey
just a regular match.
Yeah, but he fought against Jey Uso at Backlash.
That's what it was, Jey Uso. That one, Judgment Day.
Yes.
Boom. This one is not.
It's still assistance.
It's assistance. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying as far as assistance, but I think you give a little bit of leeway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, shouts out Randy Constance for the homie. 2 tones. Yeah, buddy. 2 tones. That's what directed towards Martin. But I just think it's a different level of assistance when you look at Punk's interference with Drew, because that's not something Damian Priest can care about one way or another.
I hear you. The story is going to be a great story no matter what. But I'm talking about as we look at champions, you have to have at least 2 or 3 clean victories on your own, without assistance, or else it looks like you can't win without help.
I mean, look at Roman. Roman's majority of his run. Majority of Roman's run. I know he has a few. I hear what you're saying,
but that's all I'm asking for. Only a few.
Okay.
Roman Reigns has the few before his cousins start getting involved.
Does he though?
Yes.
Okay. He won the title without assistance, but then after the and technically, well, no, I guess CM Punk did help him win the title with Damian Priest. But I'm saying
that's still assistant. Well, yeah, that's
what I'm saying.
He hasn't had a victory without assistance. Roman Reigns had several victories on his own before the Usos got involved. I'm taking you back during the pandemic.
I know.
Time.
I'm thinking which ones, dude?
When he beat Jay Uso.
When he beat Jay,
no, because Jimmy got involved.
No,
yeah, but Jimmy didn't help Roman.
Exactly.
Okay, if you're looking at
that's a clean win because that was an I Quit match.
Yeah. Okay, so if we're looking at it that way, fair.
And not only those, but his title defenses. There were so many times he defended that title during the pandemic that it was like, oh, great. And then when he formed the Bloodline, now you know they're involved and they're going to help him. But he was already legitimized.
Okay.
I will say this, though. We did see that the one time Damian was like on his own and doing good, his leg almost snapped off from the ropes.
This is technically true.
Do we really let them help him out, man?
and by the help, we need new ropes.
Help him out.
Let them help him out, man.
Let them assist that man.
Seth Rollins is back. I was sitting there like, I was like, okay, I could deal with Seth being in the Money in the Bank match, but at the same time, that I want him to win the briefcase because I'm like, he doesn't need that at this point. So the fact that Priest was like, no, forget about that match. Let's just go one-on-one. And it's like, all right, I like where this is going. But what happens after that title defense?
I'm sorry, I just had an epiphany. What if the implosion of the Judgment Day is all SummerSlam? The full implosion.
Let's hear it. Pitch
Liv
it.
and Rhea, that comes back. Maybe this is the match where he's finally sick of Finn and JD interfering. Like he beats Seth, but he beats him with their help. And he finally, because remember, he's always shoving them.
Right.
He's always shoving them after the match. Maybe this is the one he shoves Finn. Finn steals off him or whatever. They have this beef going up. And now that's the implosion of the Judgment Day at SummerSlam. Damian Priest versus that. So, my fault. Sorry. Never mind. Because that's still Gunther.
Yeah.
And that's Gunther. Yeah. So maybe this still leads up to that implosion.
So you're saying he gets mad at them for helping him at Money in the Bank. And then SummerSlam, they're like, all right, you're on your own. We want to do it. And Gunther beats him.
Here's now they jump him.
I love that. Seth Rollins came back, and I was excited to see Seth because, you know, friend of the show. Seth Rollins came back with the highest heels. Do you understand me? Seth Rollins came to Monday Night Raw dressed like a purse on Easter Sunday.
A purse?
On Easter Sunday.
Like your grandma purse, boy. You like, let me get 25 cent, grandma. They selling chicken out the back. I need a quarter.
First of all, how long ago was it? It was 25 cents for some chicken out the back.
I need a quarter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The chicken was a quarter.
It's $5. I got $4.75. Let me get a quarter out your coin first.
Were you digging through the middle console to get the change?
Grandma, open up your coin. I seen a couple quarters in there.
That little old leather coin purse
with the hard candies. Werthers.
Werthers.
The mints. The mints.
Butterscotch. Because I used to always see the peppermints. I don't want
the thick mints.
I used to get hype for the butterscotch. And I also used to get hype for remember the strawberry ones that it was like the design was strawberry, like the wrapping. I was like, all right, cool.
But it did not taste like strawberry.
It never did. And that's what I never went back for.
Real quick, we got another super chat. Shouts out Brody Burton says, are we about to see the down of Bianca Belair?
We'll talk about that when we get to SmackDown.
Yeah, we'll get to You're jumping ahead, my boy. But we appreciate that super chat, man. And we're not stopping the show unless they're significant.
I know. I saw it a while ago.
Man, I'm not down on you, brother. Let me finish this sentence. Now, when I say significant, we talking about $10 or more. We stopping the breaks and going straight to you. And we appreciate every dollar. So I don't want you guys to think that you're not appreciated because you are. We cannot do this without you guys. But we got to get this rhythm going because that's what you guys love the most about us.
Also, now, if somebody super chats $100, I'll put Jay through this table.
Now, here's the thing. How? Because let me tell you something, man. You are definitely Martin Belly. What was the name?
Marvin Belly.
Beldy.
Like before, like Bell
No,
and
I
Dudley.
get that.
Okay,
You
yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
right. I
yeah.
see what you did there.
And we're the Beldy boys.
Right.
Yeah.
The Beldy boys sounds crazy, but I'm gonna stall you. I'm gonna stall you. You say, almost it's borderline. But I will say this. Is this going to be a work or a shoot? Because if it's a work, he's gonna help you go through the table. If it's a shoot, he's like, nah, get me through the table.
Because if it's a shoot, then it's going to be you going through that table. And I promise you, you're going through that table.
Here's the thing. I need you to know this, and I'm setting a line in the sand now. I will never let anything happen to Martin. So I will never.
Wait a minute. So me, it's okay.
Absolutely. I will never let anything happen to Martin.
Hey, because I'm doing it for charity, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for money.
He's trying to help people.
What for
Yeah.
charity?
You didn't say you'd get money for you. Like you should have said that.
I said if you was going to try. Next subject.
But you didn't say you were doing it for money.
He said if somebody donates $100 to the super chat.
Hey, yo, chill out. Chill out. Hey, chill out.
Producer Mark just dropped 100. He's going through. Now, here's the problem. I need you to know that table gonna be broken. So I need you to be ready.
How much does this table run you?
Yo, when we get to Monday Night Raw,
Let's
we
go
talk
back-
about these things.
Yeah.
We also need to address the fact that when we look at El Campeon,
El Campeon.
El Campeon.
El Campeon, he said he's like, everybody rise. I'm like, I would have rather, when Seth Rollins said Monday Night Rollins, he said, no, this is now Monday Night Rise for the Judgment Day. It was like, this seems cleaner. If he had to have one, he tried one.
Yeah, what was the one he said?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
You remember, I get where you're going.
Yes.
He was like, Monday nights is our night now. Actually, it's kind of
Judgment Day.
It's a Judgment Day Mondays. You're like,
Let's go to
all
the
right.
next one.
Judgment Day Mondays.
he probably went back to the clubhouse. And you're like, you couldn't think it. I didn't.
And it was JD telling him that too.
I was just trying to come off the dome. The Monday Night Rollins thing sounded so like it rolled off the tongue, but I got called. I didn't know he was going to be out there, so I wasn't really. That's why I challenged him in the match. I was like, maybe then I could come up with something a little bit better.
Bro, when I look at the Judgment Day, my MVP is Finn Balor, and that's why I was annoyed that he did not win. I wanted him in that match, the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I knew Jey Uso was going in.
Yeah,
but I would rather it not been in that particular. Yo, I can't. Can you?
Sounds like Bell End.
Yeah, no, we got
Sheldon
Super chat.
Jackson says, first of all, I want to, before I even read this comment, thank you so much, brother. Round of applause for Sheldon Jackson. Putting his money where his mouth is. He said, wanted to ask y'all, how does WWE fix the tag team division? Because ever since Mania, it's been going downhill with no direction. Also, thoughts on what MVP said about Triple H not wanting to reunite the Hurt Business. Let me tell you why I appreciate that. Because he kept us on Raw. I don't know if you know this thing. He kept us on Raw, brother. Now,
like, what do you guys think is going to happen next week? What?
Right, I can't predict. But this, all right, so let's go backwards to forwards. So I think I took a picture
the massacre.
of this.
If you're going backwards to forwards.
No. The backwards of his question.
Okay. Triple H
Of MVP's comment about Triple H.
not want to do the Hurt Business. Do
Yeah,
racism.
because there was a bunch of comments online that MVP responded to. For those of you guys who don't know, that people were like, "Oh man, the Hurt Business was so great." After MVP posted a picture of the original Hurt Business, and they were like, "Oh, you guys should bring this back." And MVP went in. He was like, "Yo, we tried. It was under a different regime then, but Hunter has had the opportunity to bring us back, and he did not." And I'm like, "Ooh, we talking like his contract up." You know what I mean? You don't really see nobody talk badly about WWE while they're still in WWE. So my thoughts are this. I also saw one comment that said they took the storyline from the Hurt Business and gave it to the Bloodline. That I disagree with because it's been a completely different iteration and storytelling. However, with the OG Hurt Business, I feel like you can still put them back together. There's not a time limit on it. Like, Sheldon isn't there anymore, but there's nothing to get him back.
Yeah, they rehire him like every other week.
Every other week. And it's not, Cedric ain't got nothing going on. Him and Ashanti are down.
Yo, that is worse.
They just be
cooking
sitting.
chicken in the back.
Wait, they're not even in catering.
They're cooking the chicken.
And we trying to do our own side hustle. Y'all want some chicken out there? You know we got seasoning. All right.
Lemon peppers. Lemon peppers.
Hey, if lemon pepper was involved, brother, I'm coming out of catering. With the lemon pepper. So I feel like that in itself, I would love to see that question be asked at a press conference in front of Triple H, because you never get those questions about what happened to a storyline compared to why aren't you pushing somebody? Where are you about to say?
Can I ask this? What do you see? I hear that question. I hear your response.
Uh-huh.
Do you see the similarities in Triple H's regime with what he was doing with Bobby and the Profits? You get what I'm saying? Because like, if you don't get the original Hurt Business,
Right.
you don't have Shelton. You know, it's Bobby, MVP, Shelton, Cedric. Shelton's gone. Cedric, you're like, we need to find something to do with you.
Yeah.
We throw him over with Ashanti the Adonis. They just make a vignette and then sit at an NXT like, hey, y'all. And then you bring in B-Fab.
Right.
It's kind of like, you're like, hey, this is a new iteration of it without calling it that.
Yeah.
It feels similar to that. Like, I get where MVP, friend of the show, is coming from. I get where he's coming from, but I think it seems like it's another iteration without it being called the Hurt Business.
But I don't think it's as good because they're not getting the mic time and screen time that they had before. The Profits were already a force without Bobby and B-Fab because you got Montez, who's a microphone master. And then you have Bobby, who's not really a microphone master, and they tried to make him a heel and the crowd cheered him so much, they made them go back to being faces.
Right.
So it's not really a good comparison as far as the Hurt Business. However, if we're talking the OG Hurt Business, I would love to see them put back together or a big conglomerate that somebody what's the word I'm looking for? Pitched that MVP was like, horrible idea. I'm like, oh, well, he doesn't even like that.
Because he was like, don't put all the black people together. I remember that was his thing.
And I hear that, but at the same time, sometimes you
That's-
got to give the people
that's
what they
what we
want,
do, yeah.
right? But let's get back to Raw. Oh, so the tag team champion title picture. I feel like the champions, Miz and Truth, haven't been given a lot to do except oversee other tag team matches that challenge for their titles.
Yeah.
And that creative, I think, needs to be stepped up because it was so hot going into Mania.
But that was pre-draft too.
It was pre-draft, but now with the teams that we have, what do we do now?
I think another issue with it is it seems that it's more so Truth getting them into situations and Miz being like, but no, we shouldn't wrestle. And it's like, well, you should want to defend the titles. You should want to build that up and really just build up a feud for them. Because right now it seems like they're just kind of bobbing in and out of other people's feuds and retaining. And that's been the issue.
And it's pointless.
So help me figure out the tag teams on Raw. It's hard. It's been hard, again, with the shuffle. So you got Miz and Truth for champs.
Creed Brothers.
They haven't
AOP.
returned. AOP was what I was going to bring up.
New Day. Judgment Day.
Yeah.
LWO.
That's 6 right there.
So here's the problem with all those names minus AOP pretty much. AOP and New Day are intertwined together right now.
Mm-hmm.
All those other names are in programs. We know Creed Brothers possibly are going to go to Chad Gable, post his Alpha Academy thing with the Wyatts, et cetera, et cetera. So you have things, and it's like, I think the problem we've fallen into is who the straps are on. As much as I love Truth to death, love Miz, I think the problem is who the straps have fallen on. Because now you're looking at these champions like, so they're just the comic relief every single week?
Yeah, and now, but out of those 6 teams we named, there are only 2 possible teams that can take the titles from them, and those are heel teams. So that leaves AOP and or
the Creed Brothers.
No, AOP, the Judgment Day, which I doubt they would get the titles back this fast, and the Creed Brothers, but the Creed Brothers would have to turn heel.
Oh my God, let's stop everything right now.
Woo!
Shout out to Michael Jones.
First. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Domingo Trip. We'll get to that comment. I'll remember that because it's the next part. Michael Jones just sent a super chat of $49.99. And he says, hit that like button and subscribe here and there, other platforms. Team CT for life. Thank you, Michael Jones. I appreciate that. Round of applause for
Michael Jones.
Who? Mike Jones.
Yeah.
The Domingo Trip one, please scroll up real quick.
That's for SmackDown.
Yeah.
So let's just acknowledge it.
I just did.
He did. He said that.
I know you said that. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Yeah.
And then we got another.
Scroll back down.
Yeah, scroll back up. We got that one right there.
Incredible Jones is trash that Odyssey Jones has been drafted to Raw the last 2 drafts and still has not been seen since leaving NXT and Omos too. We are Omos fans here.
Yeah, we're almost sapiens here, man.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Omos. You know what I'm saying? The Nigerian giant, man. We all behind you, broski.
Why are you shaking? You see, you like your hands are shaking. You seem real.
I know not what you speak of, man.
So, Pete, to rattle through the rest of this, Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker is the feud that I wanted to see until I saw Sheamus and Braun. Didn't even know I wanted to see that, bro. That was hard hitting. It was an incredible match. The rope slipped
Kaiser
again.
and himself, and he threw himself in the mix too.
He did, man.
Yeah.
this fatal 4-way coming out of Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, how they I call it a 4-way whether it be in a match or not, but this 4-person intertwined for the IC title.
I like that.
It's gonna be good.
Sheamus, Sammy, Braun,
and Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser.
But here's the thing. Sammy doesn't have to be pinned.
Perfect.
I know Braun, it's going to fall on a heel. And Sammy doesn't have to be pinned, but also I can see Ludwig or Braun taking that title.
I don't want Braun to have it.
Not yet.
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
I agree.
Also, I think Braun is better suited in the world heavyweight title picture.
Absolutely, but you have to see him hold a secondary before he gets.
I don't think you do. I think
that.
I think that's the guy especially if you're building up this new hot young talent.
Right.
That's the guy who come next year's Mania, I want to see him destroy whoever the champion is.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that 1,000,000%. But the reason I'm on board with that, Gable just got low key pushed to the main event picture on Raw. Because it's like, oh, I done lost these titles this many times. Well, you know what? I'm going to win Money in the Bank and I'll get the world title. I was like, yes, Gable.
Well, does that push him to the main event picture?
Yes. If he wins that Money in the Bank briefcase.
Okay, but you're going real far there.
Well, no.
Gable has earned it, bro.
Yeah. And
so has Jey Uso. I understand what you're saying. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I was going to say, I think the other thing is because like there's a reason it's not, Odyssey Jones being like, you know what? I want to go for the world heavyweight title. Like there's people that's not going to say that. So when you have that intention behind what you're saying, that pushes you to that title frame.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'm looking at it on this level. Okay. We know Gable has this whole thing now, and I'm going to go back to the Wyatts because again, you just basically dismissed Alpha Academy. They finally walked off on you. You get jumped. You were the message. I need backup. Creed Brothers, Ivy Nile. Boom. Mm-hmm. Now you have this moment where you got to deal with a few matches between the Creed Brothers and the old Alpha Academy. Gable and Money in the Bank. He's going to have a great performance, but I don't think the briefcase is his.
Okay. Because there's only 3 spots that are in the Money in the Bank right now.
Jey Uso,
Carmelo
Andrade,
Hayes.
and Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
Okay. If Carmelo doesn't get it, Gable gets that briefcase.
Bro, I'm surprised Randy wasn't in it.
Randy he doesn't need anything.
It anymore. Yeah.
You know what? I wanted them to somehow figure a way to go around this bloodline thing to get to Cody.
Uh-huh.
That was my thought process. Because yes, we got to do this whole. They have these tag matches, these 6-mans, these 1-on-1s. They build all this up to maybe SummerSlam, Rumbles Return, et cetera, et cetera. I would have liked to seen him in it just because it's like, oh, if he gets this title, we've been planting the seeds every week. Cody come out help or something like that. You watch Orton do this. He looking at that belt. He keep looking at that belt. Those seeds are planted. So. When do we pull the trigger on this? Is this a WrestleMania match? Because it's more than like this isn't. So again, where do we pull the trigger? Do we pull it Survivor Series?
It's a Royal Rumble match at best. Randy Orton versus Cody.
Or
it's
Survivor,
too soon for SummerSlam.
Survivor Series. If he's not involved being like the person to help Roman again. I got my thoughts on that.
So if he's not in that, he'll face Randy at Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. It's way too soon.
Okay.
And it requires a Randy Orton heel turn. I don't want the whole, hey, Cole, man, I want another one. We just do a shit. I don't want that. Cole, man.
Your Randy is so.
Oh, I don't have a good Randy.
Your Randy was too cool for school.
I appreciate
Randy. I don't know.
Why was your Randy Damian Priest?
Well, when he would go through the. I don't know.
You sound like Damian Priest and Tim impersonate Randy Orton.
Let's hear your Randy.
I have a horror. I don't even have one.
Well, we both did it. You should do it.
No, I don't have
one.
You're
scared?
I don't have one.
Why are you scared?
I'm just going to be honest with myself.
Okay.
You know what I like about you? This is probably a product of you having been bullied when you were a kid.
All right.
When people say something about you, you flip it so quick. You're like, oh man, who's that? Your Randy's like Damian Priest. Oh, let's hear yours. He's like, I don't have a Randy. No, we did it. Let's hear yours.
Let's hear yours then.
It was so fast.
Hey man, we always say if you're gonna criticize, you got to do it better.
This is fair.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Drew McIntyre comes out.
Don't tell me how to do math, and then you're yeah. Oh, my pencil broke. Oh, okay.
I'll give you the Scott Steiner math behind it. You got a 33 and third chance. 2/3. Drew McIntyre.
Wait, before him, super quick, Xavier Woods is going to be the one to turn on Kofi. Watch.
Yeah, and I don't.
They showed scenes of that.
Oh my God, I don't. Look, I know they want to have the one-on-one.
Yeah.
I know they do. It was similar to what the fields we had with Jimmy and Jay. They've been wanting to do it, and it's been so long for all this, but it's just gonna hurt.
It's time. They both need a newer direction.
Yeah,
and with Biggie being like retired,
pretty much,
it's time for them both to do something else. But with what you said, before we even get to the future of it, just to establish this, I'm like, Drew quits. We just saw The Rock post that you re-signed your contract. This is, do you not think we follow you guys? That's what I felt like.
So here is my takeaway on that. Not everyone follows it on social.
That was my thought.
Yeah,
Okay.
and there are a lot of kids and stuff like that. So for them, it might have been fresh. I don't follow The Rock on Instagram.
Whoa.
Because he doesn't follow me. So
because he has.
if The Rock, listen, The Rock, Dwayne, if you want Martin to follow you, if you want Marvin Beldy to follow you, brother,
Can't think his whole last
then
name.
you gotta follow me. All right, Martin and Morrow. I know someone out there knows you, Rocky. All right, so if you want me to follow you, you follow me. We can get it going.
Crazy.
I just want Terramana sent to the crib. That's all. I just want to feel one day a box of Terramana come. It's a great tequila.
You know, you
Tequila.
can buy it.
Yeah.
No, I know.
No.
However,
Well,
I'm broke.
yeah, I knew he was gonna say.
Yeah, man, I ain't got no money.
You know not
I ain't got no
to.
money. I ain't got no money right now. But
Stop looking at this.
yeah, I've been looking at that, sitting there the whole time, thinking about the man. I'm just going to go to the table for
I'm just
half
gonna
of
hold
it.
this.
Drew quitting. I think you saw, again, it plays to the story I've been saying for the longest to everybody. Drew's story is, I keep getting screwed.
Right.
I'm sad. I'm screwed. And you know what? And the fact that he just was like, you know what? Quit. And just did it. And just, but to have the camera shot, to have Triple H be like, hey, brothers, hey, fam. I like the way they tried to play it.
Yeah.
Like, again, we know, and to people in the comments who be like, hey, do they not know that it's predetermined? Blah, blah. We know what the business is, but we're also having fun with the predictions of the storylines, et cetera, et cetera.
Not even that. This is a wrestling podcast.
That too.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about wrestling. This is the second time in the past week and a half somebody has said something ridiculous like, yo, no, it's this. First of all, let me say this. As a fan of professional wrestling and as a fan of all of these different companies, professional wrestling is not fake. These athletes go through true danger and have real injuries, and it is an art to falling, and you can't fake a fall. That's number one.
Yeah.
You can fake getting hit. You cannot fake a fall. When you fall, you're falling. They're putting their bodies on the line. I guarantee you, and this is with all due respect to boxing and MMA, no boxer and MMA fighter could go through a WWE schedule of what they do and say that it's easy or fake. I promise you that.
Your body goes through what the equivalent of a car crash every bump you take. Every single bump you take on that mat, it is the equivalent of a car crash. The human body is not meant to do that, but we do that for entertainment. I say we as somebody who would step through the ropes. So please understand that. Drew going through that. The only, and I have to intertwine it with SmackDown real quick because it was in Chicago and it was the only reason it made sense to me.
I want to get to SmackDown. I want to get to it. You just got to say the Wyatt Sicks.
Okay. I was like, Drew leaves. I was like, he's going to mess up Punk. And I'm thinking maybe he messes up Punk and Money in the Bank. That's when he returns.
Right.
I didn't expect. That was my thing. It made sense being Chicago. You screw me in my hometown. I screw you in yours.
That's even.
I get it. But I was like.
That's reciprocity. Reciprocity.
I thought, it was the only reason it worked because it was Chicago.
Woo!
Okay, because boy, it was. Hey, when the garage door opened and he just standing over that body.
Yeah.
And again, shouts out to the new
when
production.
that garage opened and you saw Drew McIntyre with them tight ass jeans, them jeans was hugging them hips. You like, hey man, you ain't want to get a looser pair? All right, cool. And he was just standing there and yo.
You ain't going to get no Claymores in them jeans at all.
No.
But they going to rip balls out. It appears my loins. My loins are out.
Where's my kilt? My kilt.
Cover me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
balls out.
Again, shouts out to production.
Yeah.
For these past 2 shows. Again, the production team, the camera angles have been phenomenal. Going back to Raw, the angle of Ludwig Kaiser running and Braun Breaker going the other way. Boom. Beautiful work. Drew McIntyre to carry CM Punk. Let me go walk his ass on up out of here real quick.
Hold tight.
Gorilla.
Braun Breaker. You know how they be like, remember in the early 90s when you be like, a little white boy over there may think he could fight some N-words. Hey, Braun Breaker, man. If you see Braun Breaker do anything, let him do it.
Yeah, man.
Ain't nothing. I'm not stopping nothing.
Shouts out to Sean Devari. If you out there coming back, hey, brother, look, them hands going to want to stop him. And he just, look, I'm just saying.
I feel like Braun Breaker could rob a bank without any weaponry. Like, he's just, give me your money. All right, yeah, we were stripping. I don't know. We even had all this. We need all this.
Do you have your own bag? Do you want us to give you a bag?
Do you want us?
We got our bags in the back.
Do you want the one with the cartoon dollar sign?
Man, Braun Breaker got that. He got that dog in him.
Legit.
And what I will say about the Wyatt Sicks, incredible ending to Monday Night Raw.
Yes, beautifully
Seeing
done.
the Wyatt Sicks. We got, and I was thrown off for a second too until I saw the urn. I'm like, got it.
Do you mean the lantern?
The lantern, yeah.
Touche. When I saw that, I'm like, all right, bet. That is, what's up, Mark? Also, oh man, thank you so much for the super chat to Incredible Jones, Domingo Trip. I repeat, Odyssey Jones and Omos are as the muscle of Big E, managing Obafemi to the top as a mouthpiece of the new nation. You know, we all want that. CT be removing his glasses like he finna be Superman. Let me tell you something, brother. You're absolutely right. Now,
if you have a bang pop, that little S-curl swirl is like, the eyebrow raise
that was such a seductive face.
It wasn't supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be at all. Sheesh. But go back to Wyatt Sicks.
We got Nikki Cross, Dexter Loomis, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, and
Bo Dallas.
Bo.
Hey, somebody said, this is what he said. Shouts out to the fog machine. It almost took out Uncle Howdy. Because when you watch when he's doing the walk, he has this whole quick little stumble and he played into it. He almost tripped over the fog machine.
Hey, man, there's a lot of fog.
Did you see I don't know if y'all saw it online. Somebody put, because again, they've been sowing seeds. Mm-hmm. They made sure to show you Gorilla.
Yeah.
How everything looked perfectly normal before they tore it up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before they look. Beautiful perfection. I saw some people on social media going, I don't know how I feel about this. Blah, blah. You were getting this anyway.
Yeah.
If Bray unfortunately had not passed.
Mm-hmm.
You were getting it this way. Shouts out to the homie Rob Fee, who helped put that together. Rob has been a great creative force behind all this. You were getting it regardless. Now it's here.
Yeah.
Where's this direction? We already know. We can more likely safely assume it's Nikki, Alexa. The roles are reversed. When Alexa was with the Fiend, Nikki tried to get her out. Now Alexa tries to get Nikki out. What do you do with Gacy and Loomis and Rowan? And Howdy? Who's the tag team? Who's the heavyweight? Is Howdy just the dude that occasionally has a match? How do you do it?
I feel like Bo Dallas has to go straight to the main event. And I'm not talking about main event like, oh yeah, put him up against Seth Rollins. I'm saying have him involved in main event character situations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't let him be a mid-card anymore. Allow that brother to graduate because they're causing so much friction and static in the back that they got to be spoken to. They got to be answered for to where he's feared. And he never got that level of fear when he was on the B team or when he was
just regular Bo Lee.
Yeah. All you got to do is believe. Man, that was fire though, bro.
I love Bo Lee.
If he ever got muscles back then, we wouldn't even be talking.
Yeah.
Do you wish, I don't know, maybe maybe this is my brain and production wise, that they did it again? I know they were landing on Raw, but I would have loved to seen them terrorize
SmackDown as well. I agree.
I think it would have taken away from
the Jacob Fatu.
From what we got.
You're right.
Are we ready to talk about this?
Well, let's. I want to finish up the Wyatt Sicks conversation real quick because you asked who would be the tag team. I could see Joe Gacy.
Ooh.
Oh, also,
hey man, we got to do it.
We got to do it. Shouts out to WS Fletcher for the 1999 who says, CT, you on your way.
You the next Lenny Bruce.
Round of applause for his brother, W.S. Fletcher.
My man. Thank you, man.
Yes. Wait, somebody said they was messing with the Pat McAfee show too?
Yes. So during the Pat McAfee show, they buzzed in while he was talking to some dude who was like a former military guy.
Yeah.
So people who aren't familiar with WWE thought like, this is the government clearly.
That's funny.
They don't want the truth to be exposed.
Oh, Lord have
so
mercy.
it has gotten to the alt-right to where they think Uncle Howdy is messing with.
That's real.
They don't want the truth to be exposed about what the government is doing in their cabal.
The cabal.
The lizard people.
Yeah.
Bro, I got offered an ad yesterday on Instagram. This dude reached out, hey, I have a game. It'd be great if it would work perfectly with your followers. I looked at his page. He's all, whichever side is the red.
That's
Conservative.
Right, yeah,
So the right,
Yeah,
he's like super right, all the things. And I was like, why did he think this would be good for me? This is so interesting. I don't have a dog in the fight.
Can you go ahead and get those 2 super chats? We just
Shout
got,
out
my
to
brother.
Brody Burton and Bobcat Lewis. Thank you so much for the super chats. Started a wrestling podcast thanks to you guys. Wow. Good luck to you in all your endeavors, my guy.
Mhm.
I think the Wyatts are cross-branded. That would be amazing. And Trey Howard just came in with the bread and said, I legitimately don't understand in the Wyatt Sicks, or the Wyatt Sicks, are these manifestations of Bray's imagination? Were these actual living characters in the funhouse? I'm lost.
So, from what my understanding was, based off of different video games, lore, things like that, it's supposed to be that like Huskus, who was the pig, was supposed to be when he was Husky
Harry.
The Buzzard, Mercy the Buzzard, was supposed to be his first iteration
Right.
of
Follow
Breaking.
the buzzards.
K-Fair version.
Yeah.
Ramblin'
Rabbit was supposed to be the fact that people always said that his promos would just ramble on and on.
I thought that was the Eater of Worlds one, right? Is that the Eater of Worlds?
I think just in general.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That was a hard time for him too.
Yeah, which exactly. And then
Uncle Howdy.
I think that's just like, you know.
Yeah, that was a random
And
one.
Sister Abigail was somebody we always wanted to see.
Yeah.
Because remember, the original Bray Wyatt kept talking about her. Sister Abigail wants you to come. You know, things like that. Yeah, I tried my best and didn't work. But you know what?
We weren't even going to acknowledge it.
I
You
did.
quit so soon.
Because
Here's the thing. You can always get better.
That's true.
This is like in comedy, if you start a joke and they're not laughing at first, they don't know what the punchline is.
You just
so you
don't
can
like
keep
to do it.
creating.
Yeah.
You give up quick.
You got a defeatist attitude.
I said that one, man. Listen.
I started not to look you in the eye because I'm like, he's looking for this approval. And I'm just listening to what's happening. And then you stopped. And I was like, see, I was about to approve it.
I just, thank you, though. Thank you for both.
Yeah.
I just don't know, again, are these just, here's a problem with the Wyatt Sicks that I'm hoping doesn't happen. What they did with Retribution. Do you remember during the pandemic, for the first like 2-3 months, they were just wreck shop and that was it? And you didn't really see them until they had to figure out, okay, who gonna be the mainstays of the group? Like, we know who the group is, but do they come out the gate, start having matches? Do they just interfere with Money in the Bank? Do they, you know what? Somebody said cross-branded. I think they are just a Raw brand because of the whole Bloodline situation on SmackDown. I just want to know the direction.
I mean, I feel like they gave the direction when they put CG in the last promo and they beat the dog crap out of
Made him like he got shot in the head.
Yeah.
Woo! Goliath came in with the super chat. Bro, Bo has Nikki attack Liv for leaving him and flirting with Dom. But for real, I can't wait to see Braun versus Jacob Fatu one day.
Speaking of which, let's go to SmackDown.
It goes to SmackDown. And let me tell you something, man. SmackDown it felt like a PLE.
Hey, I was like, hey, bro, they fired on all cylinders tonight.
Incredible SmackDown. And also all week, both NXT, Raw, and SmackDown, all really good shows this week.
Yeah.
And going into, I don't want to diminish
the NXT is a black show. I'm going to say that.
Yes, absolutely a black show.
Shawn Michaels must have a black side chick, boy, because this whole show, feel like it's got.
So
some
you say Sexy Red was
on
really seeing Sexy Boy for some other reason? Okay,
hey, man.
No, when they go to CW, they change that back to UPN.
Oh, it's going.
They better change that back to UPN, brother.
The game don't show up. They don't come out to the theme song. The girlfriends,
my
girlfriends, they're through thick and thin. My girlfriends.
It is Lash Legend.
With Golden Brooks don't pop up for some reason. Like, what they bring that for?
Girlfriends. I used to be a kid. I would see them do that slow motion walk with their earth tones. I was like, what's going on here?
Like, why is this walking slow motion? Look, Punk comes out. You get the reunion with him and Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
And Paul with the best hey man, I need you to leave, but can you do me a favor? He like, Paul, what's the favor?
Take
me with you.
Yeah. That was, so we spoke last week or the week before, and we were like, yo, this Paul acting scared thing is cool, but it's like, but you know, like give us something. And they gave it to us. Him saying, take me with you, and Punk being the perfect person to do that on that SmackDown was beautiful.
And it also was perfect too, because even though he did that, Solo comes out, the Bloodline get ready to try to jump him, Cody and all this, blah, blah, blah. But then it veered away because Drew didn't beat his ass.
Yeah.
So they kept those seeds right there.
Took his bracelet.
And I thought he was gonna rip it all. I'm glad he did.
I'm glad he didn't rip it too.
I'm glad he didn't rip it.
That should be professional courtesy when he did that.
He was like, let me go ahead, just pull this over.
Good.
But also remember, Paul tells
still
Solo.
Respects him.
Paul tells Solo, Roman said CM Punk is off limits.
Yeah.
And then Solo tells Paul, yeah, I hate to be the one to break this to you, fam, but Roman ain't returning.
That was a crazy statement.
And it made Solo that much more of a heel.
It did.
And you know those chants of "We want Roman" are getting to it.
I want him to speak on that. I want him to say that in front of the people. You want Roman. Roman don't care about you. Roman don't care about none of y'all. I care.
I care.
Which brings me to this point. There's a rumor going around that WWE has bought the trademark to Caesar Solo.
Or Caesar Sikoa.
Caesar Sikoa, because it goes right against the Roman Empire.
Ooh.
Caesar and Rome.
Listen to me. Let me tell you something. Let's call it right now. Survivor Series Bloodline versus Bloodline.
Absolutely.
Tonga, Solo, Jacob versus Roman, the Usos, Sami Zayn.
Do you shave your armpits?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do. I grow hairy armpits. Thanks for really paying attention that time. I appreciate it.
Well, one, your sleeves are out. That's number one.
I mean, but I didn't know he was going to look right here.
I mean, you lift your arm
You're
up.
right here. That's
okay.
okay.
Okay, but
I'm not mad at you. I'll just ask.
thank you.
If you did this and they covered, then it's kind of creepy. Number two.
I was like, hey, wait, what's going on?
Watch him turn with it.
The second question, you don't shave your armpits?
No, I did sometimes. Yeah. It was growing back in.
Got you. Yeah, I'm an armpit shaver, brother. I don't like body hair. You know, moisture causes odor and it locks it in. You got to shave.
Can you do the super chats real quick, please?
Yeah. You know, we're just talking hygiene here, folks. Bobcat Lewis sent the super chat. Incredible Jones, another super chat. Bobcat says, and I think the Wyatts will work better if they don't have to lean much on the Fiend booking and closer to how the OG Wyatts were used. I agree. Incredible Jones says, just imagine when Raw goes to Netflix and becomes uncut and SmackDown will become 3 hours. I doubt SmackDown will become 3 hours. I think they'll keep the same format. Also, they won't get uncut like we think of BET uncut in the early
Tip drill on Raw.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like that.
Thongs again. And
Yeah, it's crazy.
LeBron panties.
HLA matches.
Yeah.
Maxine
Dupree oiled up.
Hey, listen. So like I said, Bloodline versus Bloodline. I think the build up. I'm trying to get your face back to it, brother.
I wouldn't be opposed.
You know what?
Respectfully.
Great time.
You know what I'm saying?
Respectfully.
So here's the thing, man. Wait. Bad News Barrett. Because we didn't even talk about that when we did last show. He got fined?
He got fined for his comments about CM Punk.
He needs to be fired.
He was going hard.
He went
so hard. I was like, hey, man, hey, they wrote this.
My question is this, though.
This is emotion, baby. This is production.
But that's the thing, too. That's another thing I love about this regime.
Wait, you didn't see him on the plane when y'all went on?
He didn't walk past the thing. You should be fired.
Man, go ahead.
I think that's the beautiful thing about this regime, though, now, allowing the broadcasters to be humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Allowing them all to be humans. And again, you know, this is a British dude, you know, Europe and the United Kingdom. Drew gets screwed, you know, it's basically United Kingdom getting screwed. And so, you know, Barrett is like, Corey, what is happening? And you're like, okay, Barrett, calm down, brother. On this post show, you're like, all right, calm down, bro. But back to this Bloodline thing.
You got to stop giving up, man. That could have been something.
No, I just felt it. I just felt it was time to move on.
It could have been something.
It could have. And I appreciate it.
It could have been.
Huh?
Hydrate.
Yeah,
I'm almost hydrated.
Whoa.
What?
What sound was that?
The Barry Bliss hitting his throat.
The Barry Bliss?
That's what it's called.
Barry Bliss. His throat.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that has been your pause moment of the day for Mark Morrow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So Solo
Let
Cody,
that Barry Bliss bust in you.
Yo,
Thanks
Solo
to M2K Fitness, MTK2 Fitness, Bare Body Boys in the house. Bare Body Boys. Drink up, Jay, so you can do the hot tour, is what Mark says. Hey, yo. Pause.
Somebody, okay.
That's wild. Hey, speaking of which, Liv Morgan did that with the title.
Hey, she was like, hey, she is playing, which is making this all perfect.
Yeah.
Because you don't remember when Rhea was injured, that was the one beautiful thing about it for an unspecified amount of time.
Yeah.
So we know it's going to be more like, it's a SummerSlam match. It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
SummerSlam. Back to SmackDown. Is Cody and Solo, is it Money in the Bank or is it SummerSlam?
It's Money in the Bank. It's not big enough for SummerSlam.
Here's why I say SummerSlam. For the pop for Roman when he returns.
To help Cody?
No, it's helping Cody, but to get Solo. Because Roman returns, Solo thinks the tribal chief is back with me. Roman spears the dog shit out of him.
I can give you that.
You see what I'm saying? I think that pop in a football stadium for Roman is going to be much
for
bigger.
him to also come back, make his return at SummerSlam, like he made his return
at SummerSlam during COVID.
Exactly. That would be a full circle.
Why not Jacob Fatu versus Cody at Money in the Bank, and then Solo and Cody at?
I can see that.
I don't want to see Jacob get buried too fast.
I don't think he would be
like
buried.
That would happen to push him down. For him, his first match to be a title match against the champion.
But how would he be buried?
Because after you start here,
see, here's
you can't maintain
here's
here.
Here's the argument. Here's Carmelo Hayes. His first match it wasn't for the title, but his first match out the gate on SmackDown as an official member of the roster was Cody Rhodes. Look at him now. Look at you now. Look at you now. Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
You know, gets the pin over. He pins Randy. He pins Orton.
Yeah.
So by that statement, you would say Carmelo Hayes is dropping. It's like, no, they still high on Melo. I think, again, you have Jacob versus Cody. Disqualification, easy. Cody
I feel like
retained.
his first match is going to be against either Owens or Orton at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam.
Let me tell you something.
Jacob Fatu
versus Kevin Owens
is
going to be insane.
That'll be a banger. That's a match I want to see. Kevin Owens versus Jacob. Yeah. Jacob took them three out on his own.
God bless that brother for getting them boots. Can we give? They don't let them.
Glad he got them socks.
They usually let them. Yeah,
I'm glad he got them socks, boy. I said I can't take another Samoan barefoot wrestler, bro. I can't take it.
Also,
the thing, I tried to do foot wraps one time for like when I was wrestling, and it's a lot to take off, man.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, like it hurt because it rips the hair.
Might want to just wear socks and shoes.
We have a super chat. Could you please acknowledge my good sir?
Devon, that guy, says, I was at SmackDown in Chicago. The pop for Fatu was amazing. Hey, man, there's a rumor that two other Bloodline members could join. The 7-foot-tall one and Zilla. But here's the thing.
Zilla's not ready yet.
Zilla's nowhere near ready.
Is Jacob?
He's a cousin.
Okay, so the Fatu last name, who's his dad? Or his mom?
His dad is one who doesn't wrestle. So it's Rikishi's brother. So Rikishi has 5 kids. Jacob Fatu already has 7 kids. Yeah, and he's only 32 or something like that.
Yeah, oh yeah, Jacob got a bunch of babies.
Freddie Velasquez says, love the podcast. Keep doing what y'all doing. Hit us with the dub. Team
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Hey.
Appreciate that. Let me tell you something. We speaking about face pops. Chelsea Green got a face pop when she made that video.
Yeah.
Woo!
Did anybody we watched it, we looked at it, man. It was like Chelsea Green, Michin and Bianca Belair for Money in the Bank. Bianca, right?
Yeah.
And you like Michin is there, and she was look, y'all gonna put some respect on Mia Yim's name.
Yeah.
She was like, all right, I gotta go down to NXT and show y'all what I can do real quick. Let me remind y'all why I was that chick over in TNA.
Incredible match.
Let me show y'all. And then comes back and does this. And so Chelsea Green to win it.
Yeah.
Because now also what it does is it's a smart booking, because more than likely, and it's just a guess, Jade might be winning her match in the Garden. Because this way you keep the two of them apart from each other.
I think it's coming with Jade and Bianca sooner than we thought, because the seeds, when she's like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. You got your match next week. I got my match tonight. I was like, Interesting choice from Bianca. Sheldon Jackson sends a young 10 says also after Jacob debuted, did y'all catch the look on Tama and Tonga's face before throwing the ones up? They looked like they were unsure about Fatu future potential foreshadowing. They looked afraid of him.
Yeah.
Which what I love is like you show these two guys who are supposed to be animals and they're afraid of Jacob. That was beautiful.
I mean, listen, Jacob still smokes cigarettes, all right? That's how you know. When I saw a promo of him with a cigarette, I was like, you can do that on TV? He cussing. He's not even saying like, like he's not trying to censor.
How many kids does he have?
7 kids. He's like 31. He was in prison.
He was in prison.
How do you have that many kids?
Like, he legit has everything that Corey did was like, yo, dude, the way they sold it, it's like, hey, bro got a record.
How is he going to travel?
That's my big question, because how's he going international?
I mean, listen, they covered up Jimmy Snuka killing somebody.
This is fair.
They'll be fine.
Do you remember the one promo he did in MLW? Yeah, you know Jimmy Snuka murdered a chick.
I do know that.
Put him in the Hall of Fame after he murdered.
Listen, I'm still on the fact
he's smoking cigarettes.
That he's smoking squares, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna beat AJ. AJ getting it. Roman might get it too.
not the hole. Not the hole.
Roman might get it too.
And then he does a backflip after it. Like, hey, what are your lungs?
Your lungs
it's a
are
promo he did. I think
incredible.
it's in MLW. Some dude he didn't like. Jacob told dude, he said, hey, yo, I can fight for real and I will dog walk your ass. And everybody was like, yo. I think also he knows what this is, the opportunity. You know, I think this is.
He got in incredible shape.
He got incredible shape.
If you look at what he looked like before, and
I saw the clips.
Yeah.
Yo, the time he had being off TV, he did what he needed to do.
You can lose by 30 pounds. I got you. How to put this woman. When you see somebody smoke cigarettes and you see them put it out and put it in their pocket.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He's saving this for later. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
You don't have more? Why are you doing that?
No, I got a whole cap. Go back.
This was good. I can't wait to see Jacob develop more. Connor Pearson Ward says, I noticed all the Money in the Bank qualifier winners on SmackDown didn't have TV entrances. I'm waiting for Jacob to say, I'll dog walk your ass on live TV.
That's what I'm saying.
These are good points. They did not have live TV entrances. I thought that when I saw Carmelo. I was like, oh, they didn't show his.
Time-wise, I think that's time constraints.
Okay.
I don't think...
But I actually like that because that made, for me, watching, I'm like, well, he's going to lose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They got me.
Yeah. And doing it 3 times and all 3 of them ended up being the winners. I was like, oh, okay.
Triple H, you on your way. You the next Lenny Bruce.
So I don't know if y'all had heard a story that the reason they said they was holding Jacob, because it was a rumor for a while that Jacob wasn't going to go on Solo's end because Jacob's established fully.
Right.
Solo is still developing. Right. They didn't want Jacob to outshine him. But I think the way they did this,
perfect.
It was a perfect way. So it's like, yo, I'm the new one. This is my new enforcer. And so now you got the Tongas out here like, hey fam, so yo, how your contract look, bro? Hey bro, I don't know, because this dude came in. The Samoan werewolf is Jacob's moniker.
Tongaloa.
Tongaloa looks.
He looked like, hey man, y'all know I ain't that guy like that.
I'm in a suit,
like,
brothers.
Can I go back to being Camacho?
Jesus Christ!
I'll ride the bicycles again. This guy's scary.
That was him?
Yes.
He was Camacho,
you didn't
bro.
know that?
I did not know that.
Yes, it was Camacho.
Bro, because remember I told you I was playing, I got back in the game. I was playing the game, I was like, who's this guy on the bicycle? That was him.
Yeah. They both have been in the company at one point.
Devon, that guy says, hear me out. Book Roman versus Solo at SummerSlam, but have Solo win, because when Roman will return alone, having Solo bloodline help Solo win and beat Roman. I like that book.
I agree with it.
Randy Constance says, homies was smoking Newports too, and a fifth of Henny. Real N-word time. Now, when we get to that, I love that booking move. I love having Roman lose.
We got to remember, Roman's a man by himself.
He is, and that's why he needs the help of his family.
Because he goes to Jimmy first.
Right.
And Jimmy like, yo, we gonna need some help.
Right.
And goes to Jay, and now you get we're building up. We're in September, October. We're setting up for Survivor Series. Like, yo, War Games, blah 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 blah. The Wise Man has set up War Games.
Yeah.
And like the 4 solo time, like I brought up earlier, and it's like, yo, we need a 4th, and then Jay probably is the one. I think Jay is the best one to say, or Jimmy, to say, I got an idea. You might not like it.
Well, let me cut in real quick. I think Jimmy should be hesitant at first. First off, Roman disrespected him all the time. Secondly, Jimmy, better than anybody, knows what this new bloodline can do because they took him out when it was just two of them.
Right.
So so for me, if 2 of them jump me, and then now I see y'all got 2 other crazy people, I'm not gonna be the one to be like, yeah, I think that he should be the one to try to get Jay first. And be like, hey, I messed up. I was acting crazy. I was running out.
And then he gets Jimmy.
Yeah.
I feel like I agree with you.
Wait, so Roman should be the one to get... Jimmy should get Jay first.
Jimmy should get Jay first.
Before they go back to Roman.
Yes.
Okay. So the Usos need to reunite first.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm...
Listen, those Tongaloas and Tamatonga and Jacob are those cousins that you had at the family reunion that you didn't go by. You saw them cousins and was like, hey, come play cards with us. My mom want me to get something out the car for her real quick.
Quit being a bitch. And like,
now you over there playing cards and your mama say, I told you.
You sitting there scared as hell playing spades. How many books you got?
I reneged. Oh, God, I reneged. Jesus. Bro, looking at SmackDown, we saw the CM Punk moment. We saw Drew McIntyre. When I got to see Punk go bloody, that's when I knew he was committed to the whole act. He wore color for this moment.
Can we talk about the one thing with the color? Drew just dropped his ass.
Oh, he just dropped it.
yeah.
Hey, Drew just was like, and it was one of them I understand it.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, there's no way to catch yourself in a sense to brace for that fall.
Can't.
You just gotta take this bitch. You just gotta. Like,
I knew it was about to be. I knew the ending of the show had to be crazy if that didn't end the show.
It was in the middle of.
I was like, this isn't ending the show. What's about to happen? And then you get a chance to see the show continue, and you're like, oh, they cooking with grease.
Would have never expected Jacob Fatu to debut on SmackDown.
No,
would have never. I would have thought of PLE.
That I think that solidified just how strong this week is, and especially on a week where AEW has such a low rating. I almost thought that like WWE must have like paid off Kendrick Lamar. They were like, hey man, can you
do a show at this time
on June
on this day? But bro, you're not gonna keep showing me Jason Jordan like I don't know who Jason Jordan is.
But that's how they always do though. Those you got to remember now. The thing is about backstage producers and agents. It's gonna be people. Look, Jamie Noble has been out there several times, boy.
Thank you so much, Incredible Jones, for another super chat. Sheldon Jackson with the super chat. You guys are blessing us so much today. You have no idea. We truly appreciate it. Says, I'm wondering how much longer until we find out that The Rock is the new master manipulator / tribal chief and is the one pulling the strings within this new bloodline. I feel like around Royal Rumble or Survivor or after Survivor Series,
the Rock and Roman.
To finish all of these thoughts up
before we get ready to get up out of here, y'all.
Yeah, LA Knight be having bars.
Yeah,
he said, I ain't looking at you, I'm looking past you. You like, ooh,
poor Santos.
Ooh,
hey, Santos Escobar was out there trying. No, I'm here. Yeah, Logan Paul. He's like, no, I'm.
Yeah. If Melo don't get it, Gable is getting it. And my thought on the American crowd compared to the international crowds, I had to write this down in a moment because I thought about it. I said America's reactions compared to the other countries are trash. The U.S. acts like the girl with the BBL that wasn't botched and looks real, and other countries' ass is real. Yep. Yo, USA got the botched BBL with the reactions, boy. You're like, look at you now. Look at you now. You don't want to touch it? No, I don't want to touch that. The Bingo Trip, Hulk Tua should be the next member of the Bloodline. All right, I think that is everything for us. Prediction for the women: Tiffany Stratton wins the briefcase. Nia wins at SummerSlam. Tiffany cashes in on her. Nia loses. Nia loses, throws a fit. Tiffany cashes in on Bayley afterwards. Those are my thoughts. But I want Tiffany or Chelsea Green.
Oh, Tiffany's definitely walking out of Money in the Bank with the title.
Yep,
she's walking out for sure with it.
There was one last rumor before we get out of here about There was a pitch made to scrap Elimination Chamber as a PLE and move the gimmick match as a regular for SummerSlam 2025. Still in early discussion stage. So that means that Money in the Bank would then be a part of WrestleMania and not its own pay-per-view, and that the Elimination Chamber would be something of a match at like a SummerSlam.
Wait, did they say that Money in the Bank would be moving from a pay-per-view or just
right?
Elimination Chamber?
It would be moving from a pay-per-view. Like all gimmick pay-per-views are going to be gone.
Didn't it start as a Mania match?
So yeah, and Elimination Chamber started at Survivor Series, and then moved to SummerSlam. Yeah.
Oh, we got another. Just Chad says y'all should check out ASE Wrestling. Sheldon Benjamin and John Grissom had an absolute banger of a match yesterday.
Is that the Caribbean one? I think that's the Caribbean wrestling company I've heard about a lot. Like they've been doing some great work.
Devon, that guy, also sent the super chat saying they already said on wrestling blogs that Fatu won't go out the country because of his background. Damn, that's a waste.
All right, I mean, I feel like they got enough money. They'll figure it out.
They will figure it out.
For some places. Not every place, but for some places.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
some places, let them go to Puerto Rico. It's still a part of the
Listen, we've seen the Usos travel. And they, so.
Because you can't go a lot of places with a DUI, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
What's coming up for you, man?
Oh man, this week I'm in Orange County this Friday night, and I'm in North Hollywood. Everything I'll be posting on my Instagram, Mr. J Washington. Please follow that, and please check out my TikTok and also the boys reviews. We do those on the Break Room for New Rock Stars. We're reviewing all the episodes on the Break Room every Thursday when the episode drops.
Yeah. Hey, just give me a follow at Martin and Morrow. I'm going to be in Albania this week, and I have some commercials out there. So watch them, and if you like them, shoot me a message at Martin and Morrow.
You got some great commercials out, man. I love seeing the commercial work. Last rumor: Goldberg states that he wants one final match in his wrestling career.
Yeah, it should be with his casket. Anyway,
jeez,
wow.
Louise.
I feel like you don't need to be in the ring no more. You need to just be in the ground.
Whoa!
I'm with Brett. I'm on Brett's. I'm with Brett.
Brett didn't even say that though.
That's wild.
I just,
Did you have a match against Goldberg?
Nope.
Did he do something to you?
I mean, just
Did he take your wife? Who says that?
Right.
He exists.
You out of control. Yeah. So I will say, if he did have a final match, it's just watching that WCW documentary. It's bringing up a lot of crazy feelings. But if he had a final match, who would I want it to be against? I would probably want to be against somebody like Braun Breaker, or if Big E could come out of retirement, just to give him the match that he always wanted to have.
Here's the thing: I heard something recently of Big E doing like the stem cell stuff in Mexico, so that would be cool.
That would be
want
amazing.
to.
And I think everybody got to remember, Big E is not going to directly tell you if he's fully cleared. If he gets cleared, he's gonna keep being like, "Yo, I'm never gonna wrestle again." He said the best thing: he's not in pain. People be like, "Well, Big E keeps saying." If he is cleared, he's not going to tell you.
It'll be a surprise.
It's got to be a surprise.
So I would like to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting the show. Do me a favor, guys. As you guys are watching this, it costs you nothing to do these two things I'm about to say. 1, hit the like on the video. 2, share it with somebody who might not know about us that you know would appreciate the good time that we all had together. This is something that we have pride and joy in, and we love cutting the clips for you guys. Shout out to Brilly. Shout out to Jerry Williams for making the logos. Some of the merch will be on the show seen next week. If you haven't gotten something from the store, we have things that are affordable for every budget. So go ahead and support us. And when you get something, take a picture of it. We would love to shout you out on the show and thank you personally. As for me, the things that is coming up this week are things that I don't really talk about anyway. So you will see if it's meant to be seen. Other than that, before the bell, we out.